Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. As you may have seen from the thumbnail, today we will be building this Neomorphism login form, so let's check it out. Before we start the video guys, I want to give a big thank you to all of you to every single one of my viewers and subscribers, because I just hit 50 subscribers today and it feels amazing because it wouldn't have been possible without any of you guys supporting me and encouraging me from the start. So I wouldn't have gotten this far if it weren't for all of your encouragements and uplifting comments that you always post in my comment section. It truly means a lot and I just want to thank you guys for that. Anyways, now let's get right into the video. So let's take a look at what our login form looks like. So we have these two inputs and you can enter in your email, your password, and obviously when you type in your password it will come out as these dots, and if you want it to appear you just have to click this I and you'll see what you just typed. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to our login form, so let's start coding it. So the first thing I'll do is get rid of all this so we can start from scratch, and I'll just generate my boilerplate code, and you might be wondering what this is for. So I got this font from fonts.google.com, so you just go to fonts.google.com and you just have to click on a font that you want. So I'll click on this, and let's say we wanted this one, so I'll click on that, and you'll just copy this into your code, into your head tag, which are these right here, and the font that it'll give you access to is this right here, so you'll just copy that and put it into your CSS. And that's basically how fonts.google.com works. It's pretty self-explanatory, but if you don't understand something, let me know in the comments below and I'll help you. So anyways, now I'm gonna close this tab, refresh, and our login form is gone, sadly. Anyways, we're going to paste that right there, and then I'll create a div, give an ID of form, and then h2. This will say login, and this will have an ID of heading 2, since we may need to style it later. And then we'll create an input with a placeholder of email or username, and then type will be text, ID will be username. This is what we'll be using to reference in our CSS. That's how we'll select it and actually give it some styles. And then we'll create a BR tag, input, placeholder, password. And now if we refresh, we should have those in our browser, but we don't. So I'll try opening up a new live server, and yes, it appears on our browser now. And then I'll just do type equals password. You can also do type equals like all of these. You can go through each option and see what it does. So there's type equals checkbox, and now this input right here will turn to a checkbox. And yeah, you can just go through that long list and see what it does, but we're just going to use the password because it allows us to hide or unhide our password. So whatever we type, it will come out as these dots, and we can just click on this I to make it appear and unappear. And then I'll give an ID of password, and underneath this input I'll create a button with the ID of button, since that's the only button we'll be using, so we don't have to be too specific with naming our ID for our button. And we'll just call it sign in, and the h4 will just be class equals text, don't have an account, since that's what most login registration forms say, don't have an account. Then a tag, href equals £, which doesn't actually lead you to any website. It's sort of like a placeholder. And then we'll do sign up now. So we have that on our screen now. And then after that, we're done with our HTML, so let's get started with some CSS. So I'll just create my two style tags, indent it nicely, and I'll style everything and give it a font family of Roboto sans serif. And the reason why we actually have access to this font is because we linked this link right here in our head tag. If we didn't do that, then it wouldn't work. So I'll try getting rid of this link and you'll see what happens to our font. Now you'll notice that it goes back to normal. So we don't want that, we want it to be like this. And then I'll style my form, give it a position of absolute so we can position it however we want it to be positioned on our browser. then top 30%, left 48%, background color hashtag FC. So that's slightly white with a very small tint of gray. You can hardly tell the difference since it's like very hard to see on the white background. And then border radius will be 0, 0, 20 pixels. And then box shadow will be 0, 0, 10 pixels. Hashtag 5F. And now it actually pops up and shows up much more clearly than before. And we have to give it a few more values, so 0, 0, 5 pixel. Hashtag ECF0 F3. Then 1 pixel. Hashtag A7AAF. I forgot another A right there. And we can just copy this and change all these to 2, and now it pops up a lot better on our browser so we can actually see where it's at. And after that we can do padding 30 pixels, 20 pixels, 30 pixels, then display flex. So we're using Flexbox again. Justify content center, align item center, flex direction column, and after that we can style our input, give it a box shadow of 0, well not 0 but inset 0 pixels, 0 pixels, 10 pixels, hashtag CBCED1, then inset 0 pixels, 0, 10 pixels, hashtag FFFFF, so that's just going to be white if it's all F's. And then the width will be 200 pixels, so that's what I'll set it to. Height will be 30 pixels, so that it's a little taller. Then border radius will be 50 pixels, so that we can round off its edges to make it look like this pill-shaped input. And we'll give our input a focus property as well as our button, so we're going to use that comma notation and give both of them an outline of none, so that when we click on it, we don't see the outline. If I were to get rid of this and then click on it now, you'll notice that this rectangular outline appears around our input. We don't want that, well at least I don't, so I'll do outline none. And then I'll do input hashtag button, so we're going to give the same styles to both our input and button once again. And we're just going to do border none, which takes away both of their borders, which just makes it look much more clean and professional looking. And after this we can style our button, make its background color to be white, so you can still kind of see it, but it's very hard to see since pretty much everything is white. Then width 100%, height 45 pixels, so that it's a little taller. Border radius will be more than 50% of the height, so that it actually makes the button turn to pill shape. So I'll try 100 pixels, I guess. That'll work. Or anything greater than 100, I guess. Then color slate gray with an E, not A. And then box shadow will be inset 0, 0, 3 pixel black. Font size will be 1.7 REM. Box shadow, I'll give it inset 0, 0, 10 pixel, hashtag 5F, and then inset 0, 0, 0, 5 pixel, hashtag ECF 0 F3. This will be inset 0. I meant 1 pixel, 1 pixel, 1 pixel. So if the value is 0, you don't have to type pixels, but if it's anything that's not 0, then you need to type pixels after whatever the value is, so that it'll work and won't cause an error. Well, it won't cause an error, but you'll just be wondering why it's not working. It's not being applied to your project, to your coding project. And then hashtag A7AAF, inset 2 pixels, 2 pixels, 2 pixels, hashtag A7AAAF, and we can give our button another focus property of font weight bold, so that when we click on it, our font size will turn bold. Then we'll style our placeholder, so we'll do input placeholder. That's how you select an HTML placeholder in CSS, by typing these two colons and then the placeholder keyword. And then we'll do padding 20 pixels, dot text, color hashtag 50 C4FA. And as you notice, this isn't being applied to our login form. That's because I haven't given anything a class of text yet. So we want this to have a class of text, and we want this, and we also want, and also I forgot to create an h3 tag, which says, well, I'll give it a class of text, and this will say forgot password, and now it appears right there on our login form. And I misspelled password. Let me spell it one more time. O before R. And the last thing we have to do is style our A tags, give it a text decoration of none, and that's it. We are done. So now when we click on our A tag, well, if I get rid of this, you'll notice that it has that underline. We don't want that, so we can do that and bring it back, and now that goes away. And also when you click on it, it doesn't actually take you to a website, since it's just a placeholder, the pound sign. And I think this wraps it up for the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and if you have any comments, feedbacks, or just want to say hi, comment down below in the comment section below, and I'll read your comments and reply back to you as soon as possible. Once again, thank you for watching, and I appreciate all of your support, all of your unyielding support. And other than that, guys, I think that's about it. Thanks for watching, and have a good day. I'll see you in the next one.